Today I will discuss the remaining part of topic number 5, that is the portion remain is preventive measures to control the environmental pollution results due to production of smokes gases or flow waste. So smoke gases normally it is obtained in the thermal power plants where the coal is burned in the boilers. So it exhausts the type of gases like sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and oxides of nitrogen. Similarly, it also produces the ash content, and this is exhausted from the chimney of power plant. So we have to use for control of fly ash to spread into the area nearby the power plant. So we use the ash precipitator on the chimney so that the heavy particles of the ash, they are attracted by this precipitator and they are timely maintained periodically to remove all these particles which are accumulated on the ash precipitator. So that type of solid type of impurities which is obtained from the chimney of the boiler or the power station, it can be removed. The gases should be reduced by the use of proper quality of coal, or impurities of the coal is rectified before it is fed to the furnace of the boiler. So the gases formation, it is a natural process of burning of coal due to which the content of the sulfur is there in the coal. So sulfur dioxide or monoxide it is produced. Carbon itself, it is a main content of the coal, so carbon oxides of carbons also produced. So all these gases which are produced in the thermal power plant, they should be controlled by proper measures to be taken to control these at the exhaust point. Then in the nuclear power station, after fission process of the nuclear energy, that is the uranium, we have to collect the waste of the uranium after use in the concealed box and they dispose of in the sea, so that radioactivity can be avoided in the area with the help of proper disposal of remainder or residual material of the nuclear power plant. Now, so far as in transmission and distribution is concerned, there is a possibility of production of oxides of the different type of smokes and oxides due to the burning of or decomposition of transformer oil. The transformer oil, it is used in transformer along with certain breakers, minimum oil circuit breaker or bulk oil circuit breakers. We use this oil for purpose of interruption of the arc, and whenever the tripping takes place, the quantity of oil it is decomposed, and from the exhaust point these release the gases in form of sulfur oxide or oxides of the carbon or other oxides depending upon the composition of the mineral oil, that is transformer oil. So these are controlled at the time of the whenever discharge takes place. At the time of tripping, we can control the quantity of these particular type of gases which are obtained from the breakers, transformers and any other equipment where such type of oil is used in the system. Similarly, in SF6 circuit breaker, there is a use of sulfur hexafluoride. So whenever there is a tripping of the breaker takes place, a exhaust of this SF6 gas is also emitted to atmosphere. So this should also be controlled. There should be proper control arrangement should be there, so that this SF6 gas after interruption of the breaker, it is not much affect the surrounding atmosphere or surrounding environment. So these are the very limited reasons in the transmission, distribution and generation for the pollution in the environment due to the exhaust of the gases or the material. So far as solid material is concerned, during the construction period there are so many solid material obtained as a waste. Say for example, wood is there, then the pieces of the PVC wires are there, then pieces of cables are there, then insulator pieces are also there which are broken during construction period. So these solid material or the packing material of the key equipments which are obtained from the industries or from the manufacturer, this type of item they can produce the pollution due to solid waste. So solid waste, it should be managed by the local body of the area, that is the corporations. This type of solid waste handed over to such type of organization, so they will manage for this solid waste management. So in the construction of substation, power station and transmission line, the possibility of solid waste obtained due to the packing materials which are used for different type of equipment or the particular type of hardware or other material required for construction work. So that can affect the environment conditions due to open throw of all these things. So we have to manage for this by with the help of local body of the corporation. So this can be done with the help of these organization. So they will give us the proper support, and the solid waste management can be done with the help of this particular organization. So this is the preventive measures for controlling the environmental pollution results due to production of smoke gases or flow waste material, that is the solid waste material, and the automatic reactions in research station. Now research station, there are so many type of materials used in the research station where research is going on for controlling of these parameters of the related to the environment or parameters related to pollution. So wherever these research stations are there, there may be possibility of waste material obtained from the the things which are used on the research station. So this contain many types of chemicals and many types of other material. So in the research station, it should be properly managed by waste control with the help of certain packing materials which are meant for this type of material for disposal of these chemicals or other material into the sea or into the deep water. So this will help in the research station. Normally research stations, whatever material required for research, after research work, whatever residual is available in form of wastage, it should be controlled or it should be disposed of properly so that it will not affect the environment of the surrounding area. So this is the points which can be discussed for the research station. Then after that there are the stations of the plants. They substation are also considered as a transmission plant and a generation plant where generation takes place. So as I told you, mainly in thermal power plant and nuclear power plant, these are the two sources of pollutions with the help of the exhaust of the burning material or the material used for the production of the heat in form of coal or uranium. So these exhaust will definitely cause lot of pollution in the system. So proper action or preventive measures should be taken for disposing of the remainders or the remaining fuels after working in the nuclear power plant, so to avoid the radioactivity in the area. And in case of thermal power plant, whatever ash is obtained from the furnace or boiler, it should be also disposed of properly with the help of the local bodies, or by some arrangement for transportation of this ash for those persons which are making the bricks from this ash. So there are certain proper measurement it should be taken from preventive point of view. Then we can avoid this environmental pollution in the area. Now we have also discussed the pollution control due to generation of electricity in the first topic of energy conservation and management, in which I have given a pie chart for contribution of different type of plants or the different type of energy production for the pollution or the environment pollution. So whatever those points are there which are also common for these points given in this topic, so you can also copy that pie chart for this purpose to explain the type of produces which are obtained as a material or the material for pollution in the atmosphere, and how it can be controlled, and what is the percentage of percentage contribution for this purpose. Now he has given one article at the last, that electrical and electronic equipment and accessories. So these are the things which are used for their purpose as per their requirement in the different system. Say for noise control we have to use certain equipment. To vibration control, this is also produce the sound problem or sound pollution. So there are certain electronic equipments which are used in the stations, either in power station or in case of power transmission substation. This type of equipments are used, which are coming under the category of electrical and electronic equipment and accessories. So mainly these accessories for the control purpose. In the control circuit of the power substation, there are certain accessories are used. Say for example, for battery charger, we use in substation we use battery charger. Normally lead acid accumulators are there in the auxiliary supply of the substation. So many times due to acid, there is a pollution takes place in the control room of the battery control room. So for prevention of that, there are certain measures to be taken with the help of some electronic equipment, so that the leakage of the batteries can be controlled by this. And similarly, by proper maintenance of the battery in the substation, so we can avoid the any type of leakages of the acid in the control room of the battery or in the auxiliary supply control room. So these are the uh, types of equipment which can be number of types depending upon the different type of pollution to be controlled from these equipment. So sound pollution is there, the noise, vibrations, chemicals. These are the different type of pollutant obtained in the process of transmission, distribution and generation. So these equipments are used for this purpose, and according to their use, these equipments are used. So equipment they are very small in size, they are not very big equipment. Electronic equipment are there, so certain type of controllers are used for that purpose. Certain type of other equipments are used to control the vibrations of the particular rotating machines in the plant. Then for conveyor belt, it is one of the use of the conveyor belt in thermal power plant for transportation of coal. So for speed management or for proper moving of the coal with the help of conveyor belts, we have to use number of controllers for this. They are all electronically operated, or they are the programmable controller. So these equipments are used for proper speed and proper velocity of the conveyor belts in the system. To avoid any jerk, there are certain type of controllers used for that, so that coal cannot be spread in the area during its transportation from the coal handling plant to boiler section. So there are so many such type of minor applications of their of electronic equipment for control purpose. So we can use these wherever they are required. So in this particular topic, the other scope is not there, only for discussion of this particular type of controls for the equipment in form of electronics equipment and accessories. So in panels in the control room, there is also, we use the nowadays solid state relays. So there may be some problem arise with the solid state relay according to the environment problem, that is the condition of temperature. So there may be some repairing is required for the solid state relay. So whatever type of repair work takes place in the power station and the substation, the whatever remainder parts which are obtained from the main component or the main machine or main particular type of equipment, whatever spares are available after their use or their damage condition, so management of this type of waste is also should be done. Otherwise what happen, a lot of spare parts which are removed from the particular type of equipment after repair, they are accumulated in the control room or in the store of the power station plant or the substation. So to avoid this, the proper solid waste management should be done with the help of the local body in the area they are doing, or this disposal work of this type of material which are obtained from the process. So in short, we can say these points which I read again, in which there is not much scope to speak or give the information on this. Prevention or the preventive measures to control environmental pollution results due to production of smokes and gases of flow waste. So these all 3-4 points, they are related to thermal power plant and nuclear power plant. In substation of transmission line or the transmission substation or distribution substation, the role of this type of pollutant is very little, very small. So we can control it easily. Then he has given the further article for that waste material. Waste material, it is always obtained from the maintenance point of view. Whenever you maintain any heavy equipment in the substation or power station, then many types of packing, many types of raw material obtained from the particular equipment in form of say nut bolts, or in form of gaskets, in form of pakings, in form of screws, in form of other riveted the joints, or number of other type of use. So whatever these material obtained during repairs, which are of no use, because for repair purpose you have replaced by the new one, so old one are available as a waste for the system whenever we go for repair of any equipment. Then broker insulators, it is also a big problem for the substation and transmission line. Then broken type of insulators, where the flashover of insulator takes place due to lightning stroke or any other reason due to over voltage. So where is to be thrown. So this type of waste, it should be managed by proper submission of these particular items to the local bodies or the peoples where they can be used by the local authority like corporation or other environmental control authorities. So far as solid waste is required, it is obtained only under the condition of maintenance, where you go for repair of all these type of equipments which are heavy equipment in form of the power transformers, CT, PT, breakers, isolators, and lightning arresters and all other. So mainly these type of equipment got damaged due to over voltage or abnormal condition in the system. So we have to manage for collection of these particular items from the yard or from the place from where it can be collected, and then you put in a proper store for storing purpose, and after from the store you hand over it to the authority which dispose of this material without affecting the environmental cleanliness or without affecting the pollution, without producing any pollution in the system. So these are the scope of these points where we can say only this much. So this is all for these points given in the second part of the topic number 5, where not much scope is there to explain the things, because they are all depend on the preventive maintenance or the step to be taken for dispose of all the two types of pollutant. One is the solid pollutants, which are is a result of maintenance or the repair of the equipment, whatever the material obtained in form of solid waste that can be managed. And in case of gases or the liquid form, it is obtained from the power stations, whether it is nuclear power station or thermal power plant. So whatever type of liquid or gaseous forms of the pollutant which are obtained from these power stations, they can be handled properly. Mainly in case of nuclear power plant, it is very much risk to open leakage should be prevented for the uranium fuel. Otherwise the radioactivity will affect the total area and it cause the cancer to the persons living in the area. So whenever after fission process, whatever remainder part is there of uranium 238 92 to 238, this uranium structure is used for production of the heat energy. So whatever waste of uranium is obtained, they should be packed in a concealed boxes of the steel, and then they dispose of in the sea water, in deep sea they are disposed of in that condition. So they are completely sealed by the steel boxes, so there is no chances of any leakage in the sea water also. So these are the precautions to be taken to control the pollution from generating station, either nuclear power plant or the thermal power plant. In thermal power plant, maximum exhaust obtained from the chimney. So the smoke gases are there, as I have told you: carbon dioxide, sulfur, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of other contained material of the coal, and the fly ash. Fly ash can be controlled at the chimney by installing the proper size of ash precipitator on the chimney height, so that all the heavy particle more than 10 mm size, they are attracted by the ash precipitator, and periodically these ash precipitator are maintained to remove these ash particles from the precipitator, and they are collected, and they are collected in a area, this is ash storage area, and from ash storage area this whole ash is given to the persons who are manufacturing bricks from the ash of the thermal power plant. So there is so many use of ash nowadays. So people who are busy in this type of business for using ash of the thermal power plant, mainly for production of the brick. That is one of the major use. So the auction of this fly ash is taken on the thermal power plant, and these fly ash users, they collect this ash from the ash handling plant, and this type of solid waste which is obtained from thermal power plant, it can be controlled easily by this method. The other type of solid waste which are obtained during maintenance of the equipments, they are collected on a proper position in a proper store, and then with the help of local support or the auction also to be done, because this type of material contain metal parts, porcelain part, insulation part, or aluminum part, and also the cable parts may they contain also PVC, plastic, lead, and sheathing purpose for use of lead is used for cable. So this type of material which are of course having chemical combinations or composition, so they are should be disposed of properly when they are obtained as a result of maintenance of the big equipments. So this solid waste which is obtained as a result of repairs, so this should be collected on a proper position in the substation store, and time to time they should be disposed of to the local authority which are interested to take all these type of material for purpose of their second third use. So this is all the type of controls used for prevention of any type of pollution damage due to solid waste or due to the smokes or gases or the liquid form. So these are all the points which are coming under this particular article, and if any question asked in this exam for preventive measures to control environmental pollution, this is the major heading. Under this, these all sub headings are there. So major question that can be asked in the exam, that write down the preventive measures to control environmental pollution. Only this is the question, and in this question you can write all the points which I have discussed just now. With respect to generating station, you take thermal power plant and nuclear power plant. With respect to transmission system, you take all the extra high voltage lines, transmission line, that is 132, 220, 400 kV, and substation equipments which are operated on high voltage, and time to time the repairs required for this type of substation equipment. So you collectively make an answer of this particular question, because in pieces I have given the information to you. So you collect all these information under one heading, that control preventive measures to control the environmental pollution. Means whenever this type of question is asked, write down the preventive measures to control the environment pollution. Then whatever solid waste management and management of the liquid waste, and as well as gases stage which is obtained from the chimney of the boilers. So these all points should be covered for this single question, that is preventive measures for control of this type of exhaust which is obtained from both the section. Both the section means from generating section and from transmission section. The electronic equipment which are used, they are mostly for control purpose, and for control purpose the accessories and equipments are used in the lighting system to control the vibration, to control the noise in the plant, and to control the other type of flow of the liquid in the system, to control the speed of the different type of breakers used in the system, to set up their operating time, and these all electronic controls are used. Then control cables are also there. They are also creating sometime problem due to overheating. There is a damage occur to the control cable when they are keep in contact with the power cable. So this should be assurance should be there that power cable and control cable both are bunched separately and kept in the trench properly, so that the heat transfer not takes place from power cable to control cable. Otherwise the burning of cable, this will also create the lot of smoke gases by burning of PVC. So this is all the types of control which are used, and these all controls, that is preventive control or preventive measures for pollution control in case of power station and substation, or we can say in the transmission, distribution and generation of electrical energy. So this is all for today. So this finishes your topic number 5 of the IMT. So there is only one question in the second part, that is preventive measures to control environmental pollution. So you can write like a essay. You can write like a essay for these questions. The answer of this question in the form of essay. Depending upon the marks given. Marks given, if it is a number of the marks given is less, say 5 marks, 6 marks, then you write in short. And if it is given of 10 marks, then you go for the detailing of this. So this is all depend on the size of the question. So this is all for today. I finished the topic number 5. Now only 4 topics are remain in this IMT, and there is 4 topics remain in the ECM, that is energy conservation and management. Yesterday I have given on your WhatsApp group a complete questions of the first assignment. 10 questions I have given for IMT, and 15 question I am given for energy conservation and management. You have to submit all these questions as a first assignment up to 31st March, okay, on my personal WhatsApp number. So this will be your first assignment, and on the basis of that I will take your first progressive test. So this is all for today. The remaining part of the 4 topic in each subject I will complete during this month of April. So this will finish your course. So this is all for today. Thank you.